Hello and welcome to the first installment of CHADD Champions. I am Chuck Kaplanek, a member of the CHADD National Board of Directors, and I'm here today to introduce you to one of our CHADD champions, Mr. Greg Andrews. Greg is here today to tell us about his experiences in teaching young adults with ADHD and his desire to help CHADD make a difference in the lives of people affected by ADHD. Greg, it's a pleasure to welcome you.
Well, thanks for inviting me to talk about my experiences in teaching students with ADHD, and may I say what a pleasure and privilege it is for me to partner with the great organization of CHADD in promoting ADHD awareness.
Well, we're very happy to have you here with us as well, Greg. So let's start. Tell me about your experiences with ADHD and teaching.
Well, I've been a music teacher at the college level for more than 22 years now, and in that time, I've certainly been exposed to hundreds of students, and absolutely a fraction of those students will be ADHD students for sure. It's been my experience that these students are not distracted students, they're just really hyper-aware.
Right.
And what I need to do is I just need to channel that awareness into a positive learning experience for them. And that's what I try to do.
Understood. What are the challenges that you faced with these particular students?
Well, you know what? I would say that there's pretty much three challenges. They have difficulty staying on task, probably no surprise, and completing assignments on time. They have difficulty in participating in classroom discussions, I've noticed. And the last thing is they have difficulty in working within a structured environment that an academic school will tend to be fairly structured. So those are the three major challenges that I've noticed in my experience.
Well, hearing these difficulties, how have you faced them, to help these kids succeed?
Certainly the first thing that I suggest if I come across a student that I suspect is ADHD is I make sure that they've been properly assessed.
Right.
It's been my experience that several of my students over the years have never been assessed in high school.
No, that's a problem.
So the first thing I say, let's get a proper assessment done. Pretty much every post-secondary institution has some sort of mechanism or protocol on getting an assessment done. So I would say get an assessment done. Once an assessment is done, we will be able to develop some sort of student-centered strategy to make their learning experience positive and successful. I will tend to create an environment that's safe and appropriate for an ADHD student to help them meet their educational goals. And the last thing I try to do is just have open communication with every ADHD student. I talk, they talk, we just monitor each other's progress, make sure they're understanding and that they're learning at an appropriate level.
Fabulous. Cut. Hey Greg, I know the answer to this question, but I'm decided to ask it anyway.
Sure.
So how did you become involved with CHADD?
Well, as you know, we have mutual friends and vacationing together, and we were hiking the Adirondacks that one fall day, beautiful day. And I remember asking you about some of your other activities that you did in your life, and you're passionate about talking about this organization that you were volunteering for called CHADD, and that it was promoting ADHD awareness. And I remember subsequently going to the website and checking out the website, and what a great resource of information it was.
It's
for
cool.
sure. That was my first time.
With this knowledge of and knowing about CHADD, has it assisted you in your daily classroom activities with your students?
Oh, for sure. On the website, there's a wealth of information about the disorder. So it's helped me educate myself in the ADHD disorder. And it's also provided me with some great strategies that I can use in the classroom. And I see it as a great resource in the future for my students in helping them in their daily lives in coping with the ADHD disorder.
Fabulous. So now that we know who Greg is inside the classroom, I think we should learn more about him outside of the classroom. Greg is an experienced marathon runner. And for those who don't know, the length of a marathon is 26.2 miles. Anyway, Greg's run a lot of very sophisticated and famous marathons, such as the New York City, Boston, Toronto, Buffalo, and quite a few more. And he's been doing it for 26 years. So, Greg, tell us how you got into marathon racing and how it's made a difference in your life.
Well, I got into marathon racing many years ago when I made a New Year's resolution when I was 26, and I said to myself, I'm going to run 1 mile for every year of my life. And later that spring, I realized that goal, and I found that it was a life-changing experience for me, and I've been running ever since. How has it affected me? Running for me is therapy for me. And as a musician, what I've noticed is that there's something about running, the steady rhythm of my feet hitting the pavement, my breathing, that's very similar to music for me. And I also find that it's very meditative at the same time. So for me, participating in a marathon running, it's just great for literally my mind, body, and soul.
All right, so now how are you going to combine this passion with your desire to help people with ADHD?
Well, that's a great question. What has become very popular in the last few years is many marathons have become charity fundraisers.
Right.
This fall, I'm running the New York City Marathon, and I thought, what a great idea to combine my love of running marathons with a great charity, and so I've chosen CHADD to be my charity.
All right, so now we're going to want to combine Greg's passion for marathon running with raising money for CHADD to help expand CHADD's programs, services, and outreach to help the millions affected by ADHD. All the proceeds of the donations are tax deductible and will support the CHADD programs and services to improve the lives of people affected by ADHD. Thank you, Greg, for being our first CHADD champion and helping CHADD raise ADHD awareness by making CHADD your charity of choice. And thank you for your generous support